For my final technology project, I decided to create a website. And I went back and forth about what I wanted it to be, but I ultimately decided to make it a launching pad for students to have access to a variety of different interactive math support. So starting here for the homepage, I have each one of these is a link to go in and do math games, to go to WebQuest, to go in and to practice math. Just below that, I have a Who Are You to get to know you about students, which is the SurveyMonkey project that we did. And then over here, the Netiquette WebQuest that I created to teach students about Netiquette. And then at the bottom, I have a digital street cred game that I found that I thought the kids might get a kick out of if they wanted to play. So starting here, the Mathtastic Math Games, clicking on that link brings you within the website. So now we are on the game page. And each one of these links out to a different site to allow the students to play those games. All the games are free, and they can click on any one of these, and the goal is for them to practice math in a fun and interactive way. I do have one here called Fractions that is actually all about fractions because kids have such a hard time with it sometimes. So what I did was create more games. I have interactive videos to teach them further about about fractions, and then even some additional things they can do down here at the bottom, all relative to fractions. That's one of those topics that everyone has a problem with, no matter what age. The next tab over is my WebQuest tab. WebQuest are something that are actually new to me. I knew about them, but I've never used them before. So I ended up creating several WebQuests, and the first one that I did was the Netiquette WebQuest. What's a little different about the Netiquette lesson is that it keeps you on the actual website. Clicking on Math is Real Life, for example, it will actually take you to a third-party software or third-party program called Quest Garden, where I designed my WebQuest in here for this particular one. So this was to engage the kids to talk about math, how it's not just in the classroom, because the classroom is where they think math lives and never goes outside of that. And then I did another one relative to integers. So this will be a page that I continue to update and add additional WebQuests to as I go through and design them. My next tab is my practice page. So in here it has some hyperlinks to programs that I use regularly. Khan Academy has not only videos on everything under the sun math, but also interactive lessons that students can participate in. LearnZillion has a lot of videos that I use for lessons, and iExcel is an interactive immediate feedback response practice program that we use on a regular basis to really help give kids direct feedback on the problems that they are solving in there. And then again, I have a variety of different links to different topics that kids seem to have a lot of problems with, or just topics that we cover in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade math. So we have fractions, which again takes you back into the fraction page, probability, Pythagorean theorem, and again all of these link out to something so that you can click on them and actually access the different activities that it's asking you to do. Most of the things that I have done in here are very interactive, so the student not only watches a video, but they also participate in the video. I thought it was very important for the students to actually participate in the videos of the different practice sessions instead of just watching something passively. Also under my practice tab, I actually created a separate page just for linear equations. Linear equations is the entire second semester of 8th grade. It is a concept that is new to students in 8th grade, and it's something that several of them have a problem with. And so I wanted to create, again, interactive videos, which is what these ed puzzles are, that allows the students to watch the video, and each of the question marks is actually a stopping point in the video where they have to actually answer a question online before they can move ahead. So it's a really great tool to do formative assessments as it's going along, and the kids can actually log in and record the information so that I will actually have tracking of that. The next page, the one I talk about, is also under the practice tab, and that is called assessments. So this page is actually a landing page that I would direct students to in order to do quick formative assessments. I did utilize, for example, the Go Formative website, so the students can click in here and I can provide them a quick code so that we can do a quick formative assessment of whatever the topic is that I want to look at. But also I have some other short quick quizzes that students can go in here and they click on the quiz and it will actually allow them to print out their results or allow them to do a screenshot so they can show me what they actually made on the quiz. So I've incorporated several different of these types of formative assessments for kids quickly to do, either again with my direct instruction or that they can even just practice on as well. The next page is my blog page, and this page I actually utilize particularly for the netiquette presentation session, but going forward I've thought of a couple of additional ways I could utilize it. We do a race assignment, which is a race math, or math race is what I call it, where students have to actually answer questions that are specifically word problems, and they have to provide me written explanation onto how to solve that. And I thought that the blog would be a neat way to change it up. Instead of handing them a piece of paper, they can actually go onto the blog and answer the question on the blog, and students could interact with each other and give comments on them. Additionally, I thought it would also could create a problem that was wrong, and the students have to go in and figure out why is the problem wrong and communicate with each other and talk about why they think it's right or wrong and really kind of get them engaged. Again, one of my issues I have or challenges is students not having access to internet at home, but this might be something fun we could do in class one day even, instead of doing or just adding it on as part of a lesson. My next page is the parent page. This page is just information that I thought would be interesting or specific to parents. We have our Class Dojo sign up that we encourage all of our parents to do, and then we have just some other links to other websites or different articles that I have seen that I thought parents would enjoy reading about. The contact page is exactly what it says it is, my direct contact information. My presentation resource page, I created this so that the kids would have a variety of different places that they could go look at to choose how they wanted to present whatever I have asked them to work on. All of the web quests, for example, do have a presentation component. So instead of just doing a poster board, they can go in here and choose to do a comic, for example, and create an online comic and print it out that allows them to tell me the information on here instead of on a piece of poster. My last one is something that's brand new and is completely conceptual, and this is called my Math City. Minecraft has a education version that they have recently released that I wanted to figure out a way to enrich for my students. So like I said, it's very conceptual right now, but some of the different things that I thought that we could do as the activity would be touching on subjects in math that would include geometry, scale drawings, proportional reasoning, cooperation, communication, problem solving, and critical thinking skills. I think it would be a lot of fun, and I think there's be students that would be very engaged in the entire thing. So this is kind of my pet project this year, if we can hopefully get Windows 10, which apparently this runs on. So I have used a variety of different technologies within my website in order to support and engage student learning. I do a lot of interactive practice with sites that provide immediate constructive feedback like iExcel. I do interactive videos by content area to provide additional learning opportunities, as well as formative assessments for most of the lessons. I have interactive math games that enhance learning, as well as can remediate skills that students may need. I do web quests for discovery learning and differentiation and product presentation. And then we also utilize Class Dojo as a communications tool for students and parents, but also as a behavior modification tool for students. I think the bottom line with my website is it's going to be something that's constantly changing, that's very dynamic, and something that I will be continuing to update and add to. And I'm actually very excited about utilizing it and showing it to the students this year, and including it not only for the students, but including it as part of the lessons I do maybe on a daily basis. Thank you.